Inhale through the nose. And exhale through the nose. Good. We're going to start to move with the breath. On the next inhale, take the arms up. Maybe reach to the sky. Maybe look up to the hands. And exhale, release the hands down. Inhale, take the arms up. And exhale, slowly lower them down. Take your time. With your knees slightly bent, inhale, lift up. And exhale, knees bent, twist to the left. Left arm back, right arm forward. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, forward fold. We're just going to hang out here for a few breath cycles. So shake the head a little yes, a little no. Maybe rock a little side to side. Just finding what feels good here. You walk your hands over to the right and over to the left. Let your head hang loose, let your shoulders hang loose, your hands go wherever they go. Knees can be slightly bent. And tuck your chin into your chest. Inhale, start to slowly roll up with your fingertips. Just kind of trace your shins and your knees and your thighs as you come all the way up to stand with the shoulders up to the ears. And then drop them back and down. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, chest open. Palms are kind of facing your thighs, thumbs forward, and maybe open a little bit more. Inhale, take the arms up. And exhale, cactus the arms. Open wide, lift your chest. We get a little bit of a back bend here. It's early, so not too much. Inhale, lift. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Take your hands all the way up to your thighs. Pull your elbows back like little grasshopper legs. Reach the crown of the head forward. Reach the tail back. Nice long spine. Inhale, find length. And exhale, fold. Take your hands behind your calves. Take hold of one wrist with the other hand and let your elbows go out left to right. Bend your knees as generously as you like and bring your chest to your thighs. Notice your feet. You're grounding evenly into all four corners of your feet. Leading with your breath. Then take your hands behind you, reach back, your chest is still on your thighs. And on your next inhale, you're going to bend your knees even more, drop your hips down, and then take your arms forward and up. So think like it's a big swoop forward and up. And we're going to come down and up a few times. So bending the knees, the hands come down and back. And then they're going to come down and up as you straighten your legs. Good. We're going to speed that up a little bit. Down and back. And down and up. And down and back. And down and up. Big breaths. Exhale back. Inhale, lift. Exhale back. Inhale, lift. Pick up your pace. Exhale back. Inhale, lift. Exhale back. Inhale, lift. One more. Back. And lift. And three more. And lift. And two. And lift. Last one. Lift. Inhale. Cactus the arms. Exhale. Inhale. Step the right hand, take the left arm up, twist. You can always come down onto the right knee if you wish. Navel is in, reach for the sky. And then bring that left hand down. Walk your right foot in a bit and straighten the left knee, pyramid pose. Inhale, find length through your spine, extend the crown forward. Exhale, tuck your chin, bring your head towards your knee. Inhale, find length. Exhale, round. One more inhale. And exhale. Bend the front knee, step the right foot back to that low lunge. And you're gonna rock back and forth on that right toe, push into the right heel, stretch the calf. And then you'll step the right foot up to meet the left, forward fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, cactus the arms. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Step the left foot back. Low lunge. Looking forward, spike that left toe back, plant the left hand, take the right arm up, twist. Reaching for the sky, trying to dial your ribs to the side. Pull the right hip back. And then take that hand down, walk the back foot in a little bit, and straighten the front knee, pyramid pose. So your left toes are turned out and your right toes are straight forward. Inhale, find length through your spine, extend the crown of the head forward. Exhale, chin to chest, head to knee. Inhale, find your length and halfway lift. Exhale, round. One more inhale. And exhale. And then bend the front knee, step the left foot back, find that low lunge again, and we'll rock back and forth. So stretching through the left calf, left Achilles. Keep the navel drawn in, and then step the left foot up to meet the right, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, bend the knees, take the arms back behind you. We're going to go through that little flow again. Inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, back. Inhale, lift. Lots of energy. Exhale, back. Inhale, big breath. Exhale, back. Inhale. Exhale. Lift. Reach. Lift. Reach. 3 more. Reach, get lower, lift, get lower, last one. Hold it, hold, hold, hold. Yes. And then straighten the legs, take the hands down, forward fold. Take those hands behind you again as you did before. Take the opposite wrist this time, elbows out left to right, chest to thigh. Round your back, spread your shoulder blades wide. Notice how it's different. Get back control of your breath. If you've lost control, which we usually do when we start breathing harder, just slow it down, come back. And then release the hands down, bend your knees, come down into a little squat. Nice. If you want to toes down, you want the balancing, then go ahead and take your hands to your heart center. Squeeze your inner thighs to the midline, lift your pelvic floor, navel in, all the things, all the balancing cues. All right, from here, let's see if we can take the knees out wide and bring them together. And out wide and together. If you need your fingers on the floor, go for it. No worries, just variations. Open, squeeze, navel in tight, open, squeeze, open. One more, open and squeeze straight the legs, forward fold. Nice. Step your right foot back, step your left foot back, plank pose. Drawing the navel in, spiking the heels back. We're going to turn the heels to the left and then back to center and turn them to the right. Waking up the core here. If you want to be on your knees, that's an option. You don't need to drop your hips. It's not really a hip dip. We're not dropping the hips that low. Just a little bit. Just a little rock side to side. Gaze down between your hands. Upper body's in plank. Lower body's turning side to side. 3, 2, and 1. Back to center. Lower the knees. Send the hips back. Extended child's pose. Notice your breath. Notice how you feel. Oh, yoga is a practice of observation. So we're always observing. We're gaining information about our body, about how it works with our breath, about what happens in our brain when we're doing things, whether we can focus or our mind wanders, what your mindset is. Do you have self-criticism, self-judgment, or are you able to just be in the moment and accept what is and enjoy the process? As you inhale, lift your hips up, come to all fours. Drop the belly, look forward, cow pose. Pull the shoulders away from the ears. And then exhale, cat pose. Round the back, spread the shoulder blades wide. Big, big pose. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Back to table, send the left foot back. Press the sole of the foot into an imaginary wall. So you got lots of energy in that leg. Squeezing your thighs to the midline like you're scissoring them together. Take your right arm forward. Balancing table. Now if you like, you can stay here or you can bend the left knee and see if you can swim that right hand around and grab hold of that left foot. If so, then you open your right shoulder and turn to look to the side. So you're open through the chest, open through the shoulder. See if you can kick your foot into your hand, pull your hand into your foot, find some energy there. And then release it down, everything back to all fours. Curl your toes under, sit back on your heels, take your hands forward. Little thriller arms. And maybe you take one big thumb into the other hand, a little wrist stretch. You can roll your wrists. Whatever feels good here, you just kind of want to work out any kinks in the wrist because that left wrist for being on your front balancing might be a little tired. So just always free to shake them out. And if you're in a posture that's too much for you, take a break, shake out your wrists, do what you gotta do, come back. All right, back to all fours. And drop the belly, lift the chest, look forward, cow pose. And round the back, cat pose. And inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. One more, inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. And back to tabletop. Send the right foot back. Push that sole of the foot into an imaginary wall. Find an energy all in that leg, all the way from the crown to the heel. Navel is in. Press into the top of the left foot for more stability. Reach the left arm forward. You can stay here if you like. Keep keep the navel in, keep the crown reaching forward. If you want to go for the bent knee and reaching around, go for it. And then see if you can turn to look to the side, opening the chest, opening the shoulder. Push the foot into the hand, pull the hand into the foot. Find that energy there. Navel's drawing in. And when you're ready, go ahead and release all that. Curl your toes under, send your hips back to your thriller arms. So you're also getting a foot stretch, I'm sure you noticed, if your toes are tucked under. It can be kind of intense. And just take whatever stretches or shake out or rolls, whatever feels good here. Just do your thing. Learning to listen to your body, what it needs, what might feel good. If your toes are tucked under, try to rock a little side to side, like try to feel the pinky toes and then the big toes, like rock through all 5 toes on each foot. If you find it intense, you're in good company. Good foot stretch. All right, go ahead and come forward onto all fours. Take your tops of the feet to the mat and just kind of, there you go. Tap them out. And then kind of roll them out, roll out the ankles, stretch out the toes, whatever feels good here. Walk the hands forward just a little bit. Pull the navel in, lift the tailbone up, 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 downward facing dog. Bend your right knee, anchor through the left heel. And then bend the left knee, anchor through the right heel. And you can keep going side to side, pedaling out the feet if that feels good, or maybe you just find stillness. Everybody come up onto the tippy toes. And then send the heels back and down. Press hard into your fingertips, lift up on the tippy toes, clawing the fingertips, and reach the heels down. Lift the heels up, lift the tailbone up. Exhale, release it down. Bend your knees, shift your weight so that your chest comes more toward your thighs. Your weight is sent back. Yeah, so if you look in the mirror, what you should see is a nice straight back, not necessarily straight legs, but a nice straight back from the crown to the tail. If you're not getting that nice straight back, bend your knees more. It's way more about the back than it is about the legs. Your legs don't have to be straight, your heels don't have to touch the mat. You're getting a straight back and learning to send your weight back towards your thighs, lower body. And we're going to lift up on the tippy toes and shift forward into plank. Pressing into those fingerprints, reach the heels back, reach the crown forward, lots of length. Big inhale. On your exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, shift forward, plank. Exhale, down dog. One more, inhale, shift forward. Find that length. Exhale, down dog. Slowly lower your knees to the mat. Bring your elbows right where your hands were. And then let your forehead come down toward the earth or to the earth. Tailbone up high, puppy pose. You're literally sticking your butt up in the air and reaching your forehead toward the mat. If it doesn't go, you can always use a block or fold up a towel, fold the edge of your mat, put your hands under, make a pillow. If you have space and you want to shift your hips back, come to your chin or even your chest, you got front to earth pose. That's for people who do not have tight shoulders. If you have tight shoulders, that's going to be uncomfortable, maybe impossible. all the way down into Sphinx pose. So forearms on the floor, chest lift and pull your chest through between your biceps. And then squeeze your legs together, really zip them up, squeeze your glutes, press your pelvis to the mat and lift your heels. Yeah. And release it all down. Reach your arms back toward your feet, keep those legs zipped up, lift your chest, maybe lift your heels. Locust variation. Tuck your chin slightly so you're not, stressing your neck. Long neck. Nice squeeze. Squeeze those legs together. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Lots of energy. And release. Press into your hands. Push yourself back up to all fours. And then pull your knees in. Take your legs off to one side. And we're going to come to lie on our backs. Make a little, I like to think of it as a hammock. So I interlace my fingers, put my hands behind my head, let my head rest on my hands. So often when people do abdominal work, they take their hands and pull their head up. But if you can think of your head as resting in a hammock, then your head and neck are not to do work. Your arms, your hands, just support. Take your feet up and cross your ankles. And squeeze your legs together. And release, and squeeze, and release, and squeeze. So we've got inner thighs happening here. Release and squeeze. Your head, shoulders are lifted, but you're not doing much with that. You can lay them down if you want. Releasing and squeezing, releasing and squeezing. Open the legs out, switch the cross. Again, release and squeeze, release and squeeze. Navel and keep squeezing, keep squeezing. Right arm and push it between your legs. So now your forearm is between your legs. Squeeze. Squeeze your forearm. Squeeze it with your legs. Squeeze. 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 3, 2, 1. We're going to switch. Right hand behind your head. Left hand reaches between your legs. Squeeze your forearm. Squeeze. Squeeze. Pulling your navel in, using your abdominals while you're using your inner thighs. 3, 2, 1. Release that, both hands behind. You can uncross your ankles, take your elbows wide and little lift. Little lift. Little lift. Little yogi sit-ups. Keep your neck long, so don't tuck your chin into your chest. Keep it long. Just support your head with your little neck hammock. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it up. Reach the hands out to the sides. Yeah, so think of your legs as a stick or a staff. Straight legs. You can press your hands down to the mat and lower the feet all the way down. And inhale, lift them up. And exhale, lower them down. If you need to do one leg at a time and scissor them, you can. Slowly lower down. And lift. And lower. And lift. And lower. And lift. And pull the knees into the chest. Go ahead and lay your head down. Rock yourself up all the way forward onto all fours. And you're going to take your right foot forward into a lizard lunge. Nice and wide. So we're going to just get a little hip action here. Out to the side and in. So again, think about squeezing your inner thigh in, just like we just did when we were squeezing our inner thighs. You're not just letting your hip fall out, you're pulling back in with your inner thigh, squeeze the knee into the shoulder, and open out, and squeeze it in, and open out, and squeeze it in. Curl your back toes Send your right knee back. Send your left foot forward. Lizard on this side. And again, so let the foot fall open onto the outside edge of the foot, and then squeeze it in, really that knee into the shoulder or tricep, and out and squeeze it in. Use the inner thigh muscles. The adductor, squeeze it in and open, and then you're clawing into your fingertips, relieving your wrists, squeeze it in, belly button pulls in, 4, 3, 2, 1, squeeze it in, squeeze it in, squeeze it in, curl it back to his underlift, push that heel back, reach the crown forward, lots of length. And then drop the right knee down, bring the left knee back. Go ahead and lower the head down, child's pose, knees together, bring your hands back by your feet, let your shoulders rest heavy. Into your chest and begin to articulate through the spine, one vertebrae at a time, all the way up until you're sitting up tall. All right, and then we're just going to go ahead and come into a seat. All right, left leg out, right leg crosses in. Yeah. All right, inhale, lift it up, big reach for the sky, and exhale, forward fold, somewhat over your leg. So left hamstring is stretching, right hip is stretching. You don't have to really go deep, just go enough so you feel it, because it's not about the shape, it's about the sensation. If you're super flexible and you bring your head down to your knee, awesome. If you're not, also awesome. And then go ahead and come back up. Take hold of your foot with your hand and just rock a little side to side. So think of it like you're rocking your little leg baby. Little leg baby. I'm going to take a stab at teaching Astavakrasana. What is that, you wonder? 8-angle pose. It is an arm balance. You do not have to do an arm balance today. If you want a little block to go in front of your head, you can do that, or a towel. If you're like, I'm not doing it, totally fine too. You can be a child's pose if you want. You do you. We're going to give it a shot though. All right, so we're going to take this leg and see if we can get it up anywhere near our shoulder. Anywhere near. You just want it to be over your bicep. Okay, so it doesn't have to be like way over your shoulder. You just want it to be on your bicep, and then squeeze. What did we just do? All that squeezing with our legs? Squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it. Nice. So you're squeezing your bicep with your leg, yeah? Then you're going to put your right hand down on the mat. Keep squeezing your arm. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Put your left hand down on the mat. See if you can lift. See if you can push yourself up at all. At all. Any amount. Any amount. Yeah. Okay, not bad. Next step is to lift and shift that leg over and see if you can balance. Now, your head is going to be closer to the floor than you think you need it to be or want it to be. That's why I said if you want a block or a towel or anything, you can put it here. Because it does kind of give you like a little bit of security to know you're not going to face plant, right? And if you do, you have a soft landing, then it's like, oh, I can go more. So you can be here, you can stay here, you can work on that tightening, because this is still good for you. This is a perfectly good pose. I think it's called elephant. Perfectly good pose, squeeze, 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 squeeze. So you're learning to engage the muscles of the legs and learning Now you shift forward a little bit and see if you can lift your hips. Maybe you don't lift the heel, maybe just the hips. And maybe you can lift the heel. And maybe you can swing it around. Okay? See if you can play with it and get anywhere between here and the full expression of the pose. Because it's not about getting into the pose, I'm just telling you. The full expression of the pose is not the goal. The goal is to find something new. Is to be creative, to find out what's available in your body today, and it might be right here. This could be success for you today. This could be your goal today, okay? Maybe it's here. Maybe it's like, oh, I had that for a second, let me try it again, maybe. And then maybe I'll pull that leg in, and maybe I shift my weight forward. Ooh, squeeze, you gotta squeeze those legs together, squeeze, 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 squeeze. And come down. Squeeze the legs, squeeze, 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 you had it. The more you squeeze those legs into the arm, because that's where I always fall out of it, is I forget to squeeze. Squeeze them, squeeze them, squeeze them, squeeze. Yes! You've got it. You've got it. See? So for you, you can keep playing with that. For everyone else who's not quite there, who might think I'm even crazy to try this, or to think you want to try it, you're here. You're good. Keep squeezing that leg into the arm. See what's next. Maybe you've been here and you're like, I don't even want to try that arm balance, she's nuts. Maybe you just come to here and shift forward and stretch. And keep squeezing that right leg into that bicep. And maybe you lift your hips. That's sort of an arm balance. You're really working on your hands there. All right, bringing it down, shaking it out. See, there was a method to my madness when I was doing those leg squeezes. You're going, this yoga, what's she doing? All right, other side. Let's see what we got on the other side, because it's going to be different, right? Always different on one side than the other. So take your left ankle, cross it over the right leg. Inhale, lift up long through your spine, and exhale, fold forward. So again, you're getting the hamstring stretch and you're getting the outer hip on the left. Pull the right toes towards your face. Maybe your head comes towards your knee, maybe not. And then you're gonna roll up and you're gonna take your little leg maybe here. And again, for some of you that have tight hips, this might be like all you wanna do. Rock your leg, baby, it's all good. So remembering yoga is super individual. Everybody's in a different place. There's no right or wrong, or good or bad, or good or better. There's just you with your body and what is available today. And experimenting. And having a sense of humor. All right, taking that leg up. See how much you can get it up towards your shoulder. And squeeze that bicep. Squeeze it, like even let go and see how much you can squeeze, 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 squeeze. Right? Keep squeezing your bicep. Then put your hands down to the mat. So they're kind of shoulder width apart. Lift your hips, see what happens. See. Press into your fingertips. Maybe you can take your leg and shift it. Woo! Squeeze these legs together, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And see what you got. It's tiring. It's very tiring. This is like where you sweat. You're like, oh, yoga made me sweat today. Just see what you got. See if you can lift your hips and then cross your ankles. And then once your ankles are crossed, the work is to squeeze the legs together as you shift your chest forward, looking down. Yeah? Some of you are real close. You're real close over there, sir. Squeeze your legs, squeeze your legs. You want to keep that leg up on the bicep. Keep it on the bicep. Keep it there, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Then when you start to lift, keep squeezing the bicep, shift your chest forward. There you go, squeeze the legs. Ah, so close. Squeeze the legs, come on. Yes, sir. Yes, you're getting there. If you're lifting up, lifting your hips up, you're making progress. Squeeze. Squeeze your arm. Squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it. Lift your hips, squeeze your arm. You got it. Squeeze legs together. Yes, yes, yes. She's getting it. Yeah. The goal is you're going to lay your hands shoot out to the side. And your chest is going to come down and your gaze is going to be down. It's a freaky pose. I'm not going to lie. It's a freaky pose. All right. Awesome work. If you're not even trying it, you're all good. You're stretching, all good. I did tell you, totally optional. I'm not crazy. Let's see what you got. Lift it. Yeah, I see you lift your hips. Your wrists don't love it? Okay. So come up and roll out your wrists. Because yeah, anytime you're arm balancing, you're putting stress on your hands. The goal is to put stress on your fingers, not your wrists. So the more you stay out of the base of your palm and claw into your fingertips. So what I didn't say here is your fingertips are your brakes. So as you shift forward, shift forward, shift forward, it's your fingertips that keep you from face planting. It's your fingertips, you're clawing into them. This is why even when I teach downward dog, I'm telling you claw into your fingertips. Because they're your brakes and they're also what takes the stress out of your wrists, out of the base of your palm. So we strengthen the fingers because the fingers are supporting you and the forearms. No muscle in the wrists. They just get tired. Like we just need to stretch them out. All right. Coming back to your back. We'll go ahead and lie back down. Take your legs back up. Squeeze the legs together. See what you got there. See what you got in those legs. Even if you weren't even trying that craziness of shenanigans, squeeze your legs together. See what you got. Inner thigh. Adductors. Squeeze them in, squeeze them in, squeeze them in, squeeze them in. Nice and tight. And then pull your knees into your chest. Keep your knees together. Keep your thighs together. Keep squeezing everything. Then inhale, lift the feet up. Squeeze the legs together, palms down. Slowly lower the feet down. Slow, slow, slow. Let them hover. Hover, hover, hover. Breathe. Navel in. And then release the feet down. Woo! Inhale, pull the left knee in towards the chest. And then take it across over to the right side. Left arm up to the left side. So spinal twist. And then we're going to roll back onto your back. Let your left ankle cross over the right knee. Hold the right knee in for this figure four. And then just keep pulling the knee in and releasing it out. And pull it in and release. So instead of a static stretch, we're doing a little bit of more active stretching. Pull it in and release. Feel that stretch in the hip as you pull it in, your glutes. 3, 2, 1. Great job. Take hold of the shin maybe, if you can. And pull it in even more. Get a little deeper stretch here. Release the right foot down, release the left foot straight out, cover the heel over the back. And then turn the left toes in slightly, so slight internal rotation, so you're internally rotating the left hip and squeezing the inner thigh in toward your midline. And then release that foot down, pull the right knee into the chest. And then we're going to twist over to the left with the right knee, fall over to the left side, slow control, right arm to the right side, open twist. Maybe look at the right hand. your breath. Let your right knee go across over the left knee. Pull the left knee in. Get your little figure four stretch. Then pull the knee in closer and release it out. Pull it in and release. And squeeze it in and release. Use your breath. 3, 2, 1. Maybe take hold of the shin. Interlace your fingers in front of your shin. Pull it in a little more. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then release the right leg and send it out long. Pulling the left knee into the chest. Right heel hovering over the mat. Then dial your toes in so you get the internal hip rotation. Squeeze the inner thigh in. Just hold it there. Inner thighs are squeezing in towards the midline. Right toes turned in, hovering. And release that foot down. Nice. Release the left foot out long. Windshield wiper your feet. Just toes in and out, in and out, in and out. Take your arms up overhead. Point your toes and see if you, is there any way you can lift your feet all the way up? If not, you can bend your knees. See if you can twist straight legs and lift your feet all the way up. And then bend your knees and take your hands out to happy baby. Soles of the feet shine up. You reach the tailbone towards the front edge of the mat. Relax your shoulders. Little hamstring stretch action. Nails in. With these fingers and thumb and take your legs out straight. Feel free to play. Feet in, feet out, knees bent, knees straight. Feet wide, feet together. Maybe you hold your knees and rotate, make little circles with your knees in and out. Lots of options here. I always want to invite you to play, to experiment, to be curious. Access your inner child. These children are always willing to try. Seems to be. Before they start telling themselves stories about they can't. All right. Take your feet down to the mat. Take your hands down to the mat. Walk your heels in as close to your glutes as you can. Set up a bridge pose. Tuck the tailbone under and begin to lift the pelvis. Articulate through the spine. Try to feel each vertebrae lift one at a time until you're all the way up to the base of your cervical vertebrae. So up between your shoulder blades. Lifting your hips. Squeezing the inner thighs to the midline so that your knees are not splaying out. Slowly lower down, see if you can go one vertebrae at a time. And notice your back, almost like serpentine, coming down one at a time. And let's do that again. Inhale, lift up. See how slow you can go. See if you can notice your spine. And maybe you take a bind by interlacing your fingers underneath your tailbone. Squeeze your inner thighs to the midline like you're squeezing a ball or a block. Maybe lift your heels. See if you can come up onto your toes. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And release it down. Slowly release your back. Release your mind if you've got it. Yeah. Very into the ball joint of my big toe and squeeze my inner thighs in towards the midline. Or maybe you want to try to bind. If you get your bind and you get your hands together, interlaced, see if you can snuggle your shoulder blades under you even more, lift your chest even more. See if you can lift your chest towards your chin. Push your shins away so that you're pushing your chest in towards your chin, but keep your chin lifted towards the sky, don't tuck your chin. See what you got. And real slow, with your breath, slowly coming on down. When you're down, slowly, gently, pull your knees into your chest. Little counter stretch here. And maybe rock a little side to side. Maybe make little circles with your knees. Massage your low back. Find something that feels yummy for you. And then release your feet down to the mat. Let your knees fall together. Feet out wide, knees together. And then take your left hand to your chest and your right hand to your belly. It's a very restorative pose. Really relaxed in the back with the knees together. As you inhale, notice your belly rise, notice your chest rise. And as you exhale, you feel your chest fall and your belly fall. Inhale, belly rise, chest rise. Exhale, chest falls, belly falls. So it's kind of a two-part breath. You notice it in your belly first and then your chest. And then as you exhale, you notice your chest first and then your belly. Big inhale through the nose. And now sigh out your mouth. Again, inhale through the nose. See if you can make your breath audible. Sigh it out your mouth. One more inhale through the nose. Sigh it out. Inhale, take your arms up overhead. And as you exhale, take your hands up, 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 straight up to the sky, and then to the thighs. Nice work. Start to wiggle your feet down, just inch more of your